Hello everyone, this is Funds Wake Up Funds, and welcome to another reading on the channel. So today, as you can tell from the title and the thumbnail and everything, is we're going to be talking about Jungkook from BTS. Park Jimin, Jungkook. So let's just jump into it. But one thing I'm going to tell you right now, to be honest and to be very frank with you all, is if you're in a good mood, don't fucking watch this. Don't fucking listen to this, because this very well might not necessarily kill your spirit, but if you are a Jungkook fan, you are probably not going to like the realities of this reading, and that's what I pride myself for, is the honesty. So if you're willing to stick it out, let's go. So starting off with what Jimin views his relationship as with Jungkook is the Knight of Cups, Four Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. So there's something very strangely imbued by water here. It's giving like all water signs could be possible, but Scorpio is very present here. I'm sighing because this makes me so sad to kind of see it put here in front of me. But is that he has some reservations in fully opening up to Jungkook, it seems. And he almost views their relationship as like incomplete, almost like there are just some things that he can't help but in his head see as an imperfection. However, he makes no action or move to do anything about it or to try to improve it or to bring it up. He just kind of lives with it inside of him, and he lets it sit. Ace of Cups also here is that he really does believe that Jungkook is a blessing and does love him, and when they do have them breakthrough moments of emotion, or more so Jimin has a moment of breakthrough and is able to kind of show part of his heart to Jungkook, he loves and cherishes those moments. But then there are other times where like he closes back up and keeps everything on the surface, which is really sad, because when we get into Jungkook's part, it's like I said, it's really saddening. I don't know. I'll give you more details. Literally for the card representative of how Jimin views Jungkook is the Nine of Pentacles. Is he literally knows and sees like Jungkook as a saint, as a lovely person, very much giving like, I don't know, Prince Charming watching Snow White, like, you know, twirl about in the woods with the bird on her finger, just very much like, I love you and I see the side of you and I think you're perfect. Like, it's almost giving idolized, but there's just something strange here that makes it weird. So you might not necessarily be sad just yet, but we're getting there. Don't worry. So moving into how Jungkook feels about the friendship he has with Jimin is practically the complete opposite. We have the Judgment, Six of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and Six of Swords. So he does find peace and love and healing in Jimin, correct? And he feels like the relationship is fair. But he has like this loyal dog energy about him that he would do anything for Jimin. Literally, if Jimin asked, he'd jump down on the floor and he'd lick up, like, you know, a fucking clod of dirt for him and chew it and swallow it for Jimin. But he can feel and tell that Jimin does have reservations, but he does not necessarily know how to conjure it up and bring it up. So thus he has almost like this false sense of hope that he's developed in his heart. So he does not have to accept the idea that Jimin might not ever really want to fully open his heart to him. And he knows it, he's aware of it, but he's not going to say anything about it. But how he views Jimin is Two of Cups. This is the ultimate I love you card. I'm attracted to you and I will wait for you to the ends of the earth. So thus moving into what the relationship looks from the outside. Five of Swords, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and Wheel of Fortune is that they have like this strange, I wouldn't say cat and mouse energy, but it kind of gives cat and mouse. Maybe a little bit of Tom and Jerry, but more so like the type of cat and mouse that or maybe like older cat and kitten that Jimin, whenever he likes, he could probably smack Jungkook around and know that Jungkook would always come back to him and still love him and cherish him and care for him, and he'd forgive him and that does kind of hurt and sit with Jimin sometimes, but like he doesn't always know what to do. That's why I feel like it's so very strangely like it's given Scorpio, Virgo, something earthly and maybe a little bit of water that's very tight laced. And I'm not going to broach on and say, the A word, but their relationship is a little bit unhealthy for both parties, I'd say. Because one thing that's here present and what it looks like from the outside is that this friendship is likely to endure forever, and it might stay like this forever, which is kind of sad because they do have good times, and it does feel here also kind of like the good times for the most part outweigh the bad times, but like they're toxic to each other, the both of them, to be honest. There is like a sense of like one trying to control the other, trying to, I guess, steer it in the direction of making it its most perfect state. The friendship making its most perfect state, its most perfect being, if that makes any sense to anyone. But I don't really like it. So now getting into the overalls, just for some final and lasting wrapping up details, is 4 of Wands, Empress, 4 of Wands. It's also here Knight of Swords, Hangman, and Wheel of Fortune. It's like I said, when I say this friendship is going to endure forever till the end of time, it's going to endure forever. But it's going to stay probably in this suspended state of toxicity. Maybe not necessarily forever, but it seems long withstanding. Only because there are some certain parameters and conditions that need to be met for things to go in a more healthy direction for the both of them, for both parties, period. Is that the Empress is giving me that like it has this phoenix energies. There needs to be something grand that happens. Like a fucking meteor comes in and crashes through the both of them and rips them apart. And like a strong magnetic force were to put them back together. It's like almost putting a puzzle together and you stuck 2 pieces together that don't go together, but the groups happen to fit. It's like that. So someone needs to break those 2 pieces apart and put the correct pieces together, and then their friendship literally would be as close to, I would say, maybe the human possibility of a state of perfection ever. But it just seems like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Neither of them is going to be the one to step up to make something happen. So I'm not saying I smell any sort of, universe intervention here currently at this moment at the time of reading, but I don't like this for either of them. But maybe some of you might have noticed this yourself, because upon even tapping into the energies, like I was in such a good sunshiny mood today. But it just kind of felt like, for those who are not already used to it and acclimated to it, is that you can already taste and smell, like, metaphorically, that something is off with the both of them. When they're together around each other or even playing around, something is strange. And that feels like, at least for the most part, I got at least one aspect on one side of the die as for what it was. So, other than that, are there any other friendships that you would like me to cover at BTS or other groups? Maybe there were some that I covered over on the blog that you would like me to, do a redo and give you more details, like, Jimin and Namjoon, or Jungkook and Namjoon, etc, etc, etc. So other than that, leave me a request in the comments, leave me a request over on the blog, drop a like. Please be sure to, if you would like to, of course, consensually interact with the video and let me know if you like these sort of friendship readings. So yeah, if you can't get down with it, get down. Don't get down with fun. Annyeong.